to give you the grand tour. Their home was inspired by a series of green homes built around the country by Green Builder Media. They call this their vision house. What is that vision? It's to live in a home that works in harmony with the environment, where the air is clean and the water and energy are used efficiently, where they use technology to save money and help out the environment as well. The Monteverdes have been working very hard to make their house efficient. Their vision starts right here in the front yard with these beautiful brick pavers by Boral. Brick is a very green material. It is long-lasting and recyclable. Not to mention, brick is beautiful. This Boral brick adds a touch of warmth and beauty to the front yard. And that color won't ever fade. The Monteverdes have used Boral brick, cultured stone, and concrete tile and trim for the entire exterior of the house. Brick is great at holding in temperatures, so the family saves when it comes to the heating and air conditioning. And those concrete tiles are very durable, so there's no need for expensive re-roofing. The Monteverdes believe that anyone can make a difference in the world by making a few positive changes in their own lives. For some, that is investing in new technologies and products. For others, it can simply mean changing a few little behaviors around their own homes. No matter what it is, every little step can make a huge difference. Now we're going to be going inside the house to see how the Monteverdes have made improvements in there to make their home green. First, Mr. Monteverde gave me a temporary key code for this keypad lock by Schley. It is programmable, so he can easily change the code when we're done here today. It is part of the Nexia Home Intelligence System. So he'll be notified as soon as I enter the code here. And he can even see us from his smartphone. This is a very great way to have affordable home security, and it's all really easy to install. Hugo will be able to monitor us throughout the duration of our tour today through the house, thanks to the Nexia Home Intelligence System. Does anybody have any questions before we go into the house today? No questions? Well, wait a second before we go into the home. Let's see what's going on in there. I think Grounder made a little accident in there. His babysitters are probably cleaning that up and getting ready to take him out for a walk for a while. You ever take your pets for a walk? Yeah? Very good. By Sylvania LED light fixtures. These fixtures save as much as 80% on energy traditionally used in a home by lighting. And this is a very smart house. And I don't just mean that it's full of smart ideas, though it is. It's also full of smart systems working together. Take, for instance, this Comfort Leak 2 thermostat by Train. This is part of the Nexia Home Intelligence System. It controls the heating and air conditioning through the entire house. It can be accessed from any computer or smartphone, so you don't even have to be home to regulate the temperature. Hugo has also attached many of the home's lights to the system. He has programmed them to automatically welcome guests, as you saw here for you today. Even to turn the lights on and off while the family is away, and to keep their pet dog Grounder company. And that reminds me, I haven't even introduced you to the family yet. Hugo, that's Mr. Monteverde. You can see him up here on the wall. He is a city planner. His beautiful wife, Nadine, is an interior designer. They have an 11-year-old daughter, Samantha. She is thrilled to have a new baby brother, Roberto. And we can't forget about the family's pride and joy, Grounder, their pet dog. Anita, that's Hugo's mother. She'll be joining the household very soon. She's moving into an upstairs edition of the house. That's what all this construction's going on for. With so many people living in one household, it's tough to keep everybody satisfied when it comes to the lighting and temperature throughout the house. I know in my family, we fight over the thermostat all the time. That's why Nadine is such a firm believer in zoning. If you take a look at this part of the house, you'll notice that each room is its own separate zone. The Nexia Home Intelligence System allows the lighting and the temperature to be controlled in each separate zone throughout the house. Samantha loves her room to be warm, where Hugo prefers his workplace to be cool. The Nexia Home Intelligence System along with zoning, allows each family member to select their preference with the touch of a panel or a swipe of a smartphone. This is a very cool feature to have in your homes and keeps everybody happy. And of course, we all practice recycling these days, but the Monteverdes have found a way to use recycling to make their home beautiful. Take a look at this wooden table over here. It has been in Hugo's family for decades. Hanging onto heirloom furniture items reduces the amount of waste and strain on resources. It's also a great source of family memories. Having furniture made out of recycled materials is a great option as well. These chairs around the table are made out of recycled milk jugs. Yes, that's right, milk jugs. And if you take a look at these placemats around the table, you may see a teeny bit of yesterday's news because they're made out of recycled newspaper. Nadine has a real flair for fun and colorful design choices. You'll see her design and her little touch of style throughout the entire house because she likes to add a touch in every room. Let's move on to my favorite room in the house, the kitchen. Hugo and Nadine both enjoy cooking, and they love to share with others around the neighborhood. I sure do know how to pick friends, if you know what I mean. And instead of keeping their recipes and cookbooks lying around on the counters, they've been using this widescreen touch tablet by AMS. These days, there are tons of tips and recipes that can be found online. The family downloads their favorite recipes and can pull them right up on their tablet. Here's a great one. Gourmet peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yum, yum, one of my favorites. And the family keeps their 5 easy green reminders here as well. Each icon represents one of the Vision House's main goals. They are to protect natural resources, save energy, increase durability, improve indoor air quality, and save water. Let's keep these in mind as we check out the house. We'll actually start here in the kitchen to see how many of these apply in here. You could never have too much cabinet space in a kitchen. But did you know many traditional cabinets these days have formaldehyde in them or stained or treated with harsh chemicals that can seriously impact the indoor air quality? Hugo and Nadine were very careful to pick out these cabinets. These days, homeowners have the variety of safer materials that weren't always available in the past. Hugo and Nadine chose these low VOC cabinets. VOC stands for volatile organic compounds. That means none of those nasty chemicals. They chose these pre-built, pre-finished cabinets by Armstrong. Armstrong origin cabinets are very beautiful and stylish. They also have formaldehyde-free adhesive in them and aren't stained and treated with those nasty chemicals. So they're very good to have in a home with children and for anyone to help your indoor air quality. And here is one of my favorite appliances. Did you know many of us use our dishwashers 215 times a year? And in the 1990s, dishwashers used about 10 gallons of water per load. This dishwasher by Bosch uses about half that amount of water for every load. It has a half load option that uses up to 30% less water on top of that, for those days where you don't have as many dishes to wash. It has an eco action mode, which uses lower temperatures over a longer cycle time to save 25% on energy. Bosch also makes this oven and cooktop over here. The oven helps out by holding in high temperatures, keeping the kitchen from heating up. This induction cooktop is covered in a ceramic glass called shot ceramic. It is very similar to the glass we have in astronomers' telescopes. It is shock resistant and has virtually no expansion when heated. When using the right cooking utensils, the heat will transfer directly from the cooktop to the pot or pan being used, keeping the surrounding area cool and safe to touch. So this stovetop is very safe to use, not to mention hard to break and easy to clean. Hugo and Nadine have been adding appliances and things like this throughout their entire house since they moved in to make their home a little greener. When they did first move in, the insulation in the home was from over 20 years ago. Here you can see the new natural cotton fiber insulation. It is made up of 80% of recycled materials like denim clothing. It has no VOCs, it is mold and mildew resistant and flame retardant, all while being safe to touch. Nadine loves to talk about our values. And our value is a measure of how well a material resists heat flow. The higher the number, the better. The original insulation had a value of 3. This new insulation has a value of 8. Much better. I hope you're all paying attention because there will be a quiz at the end of the tour today. When you get a chance, check out some of the other ways where the family has utilized recycling to make their home beautiful. Here, you can see where they've used old coffee sets to make their chairs unique and beautiful. Before we move on, let's take a look at these beautiful hardwood floors by Armstrong. They are not just beautiful, they're also durable and long-lasting. Armstrong floors allow us to appreciate the natural beauty of wood while being reassured that they are from a carefully managed, natural, renewable resource. Now let's move on in here to one of the rooms in the house that uses some of the most water and energy every day. Go ahead and fill in all the open space in this area. Watch out for those doors back there. For a family of this size, 400 loads per year is not uncommon. This front-loading washer by Bosch uses 1/3 the amount of energy and water and less detergent than a top-loading washer. The dryer has moisture detectors in it, which can sense the dryness of the clothes. It uses this information to reduce energy use. In this closet, there is a trained air handler and whole home air filtration system. This is a great system to have with kids and pets in the home. It's part of the Nexia home intelligence system. Tighter homes, like this one, need better air recirculation. This air filtration system keeps the air in the home clean, moisture, pollutant-free, and keeping mold from forming in the house. Now let's move on to one of the most important rooms in the home, the master bathroom. Obviously, there are tons of ways of saving on water in here. So the family wants to make sure that all the faucets and fixtures are tight and as efficient as possible. So they replaced all the original faucets and fixtures with ones made by Kohler, because they wanted fixtures that were both beautiful and durable while being leak-free. And who doesn't like a hot shower? I know I do, but the Monteverdes are very smart when it comes to saving on water in the home. That's why they've installed this digital prompt system by Kohler. The family can set the temperature of the shower along with the time of the shower. So it's easy to be conscientious, not to mention it's easy, convenient, and who doesn't like to save a little bit of money on their water bill? But with all of these hot showers going on, it's easy for mold and mildew to form in this room if it doesn't have the proper ventilation. Here you can see the Panasonic Whisper Green ventilation fan. It keeps the air in this room clean and the walls mold-free. And here's my favorite touch in the bathroom. This remote-controlled toilet. It manages the water-saving flush cycles. It can even warm your feet and your seat while listening to some of your favorite tunes. This is a great example of how creativity and technology have come together to make green living fun. Now, let's move on to the kids' bedrooms. Roberto has definitely benefited from the family's green vision. The air over here in his room is clean and allergen-free thanks to the air filtration system and the low VOC paint on the walls. And here's a bonus. Mom and Dad can keep an eye on Roberto from anywhere thanks to the home's automation system. His sister Samantha lives right next door, and I don't think she got the memo that we are going to be coming through today. It's a little messy, but that's okay. We can forgive her because she's been working very hard lately on her science project. I bet she got that idea from the Vision House's green website. This is a great resource for kids with fun activities and ways to stay green. Now we have one more stop before we head out to the backyard. Over here in the master bedroom. This is where Nadine goes to get away from it all. These days, many of us are keeping our favorite movies, music, and books on our computers and portable devices. This touch tablet by AMX is part of an integrated home media system. It makes it really easy for the family to access their media library. They can pull up their favorite movies or relaxing music from any room in the house. Well, maybe something a little more relaxing than that. Much better. An instant getaway. And of course, windows are very important when it comes to saving on energy in a home. These Pella windows were designed to reflect the hot heat in the summertime and hold temperatures in the winter. They are made out of 3 layers of glass. In between each layer is argon gas, which is much denser than air and is a great insulator. And here's a convenient touch. These snap-in shades with Pella SmartSync technology. They can be controlled to be raised or lowered by remote or the home's automation system with the touch of the panel. Now let's head to the backyard to see where Nadine has set up shop for her interior design business. But before we move on, does anybody have any questions about this part of the house?
Did you say what type?
This is Armstrong flooring.
We don't have
What type?
wood, bamboo, I mean.
It's wood. It's wood flooring. Yep, it's from a renewable resource that's been carefully managed by
You
Armstrong.
don't know what kind of.
I do not know what they're for. They have product information sheets and pamphlets outside. It's on the water barrel on the opposite side of the garage out there. Pick one of those up for a little bit more information. Want to check out this part of the house? You can see where Samantha has been working on her science project. She's been using potatoes to create energy for her potato-ran home. That's her science project for her school. There are a lot of great ideas and projects like this one that are on the Vision House's green website. They're great for kids. They're really fun activities. You can get the whole family working together in a more green atmosphere too. Yeah, on a common goal. There's a lot of cool things that you can see in here that Nadine has worked with Samantha in recycling objects. This is one of my favorite things in Samantha's room. It is a nightlight that is made out of an old clothing soap for your washers. They've made a little pig out of it and put a light in it, and it turns on, will light up, and Samantha's afraid of the dark, so it's a great thing to have in her room. It's easy, it's not too expensive. Oh, this is one of my favorites too. They made a dog to keep Rounder company, of course, out of old well, so you can tune into your favorite radios, listen to that. Has a little heater fan that'll blow on your feet, and the seat's actually heated as well, which is really cool. Great. The tile in the bathroom is recycled glass as well.
Hi, I'm Matt Power. I'm the editor of Green Builder magazine. Green Builder Media is a company that's partnered with Disney to put the Vision House together. I've been asked to tell you a little bit about Green Builder Media. Well, basically, we started out as a company oriented towards professional builders and architects who are focused on green homes and environmentally sound building techniques. But kind of gone way beyond the bounds of that, especially this project, and we're really excited about it because what this project does, it allows us to get a lot of the ideas that have kind of been the exclusive domain of builders and kind of wonky building science types into everybody's hands. So what I've been put in charge with on this project is creating an online world that accompanies the real life exhibit that's here at Epcot Center. And so where we started was with kids, and we thought, it's Disney magic, you've got to have some magic in this house. So we created a cast of characters and a storyline called Vision Tales. Now, our cast of characters is not your typical cartoon family. These are characters that all have very strong passions about environmental issues. There's a fish who's also he's a lover, and he's kind of a rogue. But he also has a history. He was trapped in the plastic of the Pacific Gyre. And when he escaped, he made it his life's mission to keep plastics out of the ocean. There's a frog who has to wear a wetsuit because his skin is so sensitive to chemicals. So he's trying to keep chemicals and acid rain out of natural waters. There's a woodchuck named Dobson. He's actually an immigrant, and he's very interested in soils. He's trying to protect soils and the hidden value of underground ecosystems. So along with these characters, I don't know if you can see the poster behind me, we have the family, which is the Monteverde family. Now if you come to the Disney exhibit, you'll meet the sort of real life parallel universe of Monteverde family. But we have a whole series of vision houses that we've built. I think this is the 8th one across the country. And we're taking the story beyond Epcot. We're carrying it out to, hopefully, starting with kids and spreading to their parents. So we have a whole online presence. We've created a whole new website called visionhousegreen.com. It's up, it's live today. You can go on there. Kids can not only, watch Vision Tales, they can play games, they can become Visioneers. So we have a club, and it's for kids who are concerned about environmental issues. And we're going to feature kids who are doing something cool, like, hey, I built this wind turbine in my class, or I went down and, and tested waters in my local estuary, or even small things like, I saved a frog in my backyard. It doesn't have to be big. So we're looking for, like, blogs from kids to help populate the site. On the other side of the site is for adults, and we want to make it a really useful tool for adults. So we've got like several categories. If you're trying to retrofit or renovate your house, it'll be useful to you there because you can get documents, you can get hands-on videos, how to fix an old shower, how to remodel a tile shower that won't leak, how to pick a roofing material that will be durable and last for 20 years instead of 5 years. And you can also find an expert. If you don't want to do it yourself, on our site you'll be able to type in a zip code and pull up a list of experts in your area. So we've got basically interactive tools for both kids and adults that go way beyond the cool exhibit that's at Epcot right now. But the exhibit is where it starts, and then the online world is Skype.
So I'm Ron Jones, I'm president of Green Builder and co-founder. And the Vision House series is a set of demonstration projects that we do around the country. This Vision House at Innoventions is the very first one that we have done in a theme park, and we're excited to be here with the Disney folks and all of these millions of people that are going to come through here over the next 3 years. I think that the most important and satisfying thing from our point of view is that it's intended to reach mainstream families who will come from around the country and give them ideas that they can take away that will allow them to have a more sustainable lifestyle, regardless where they're from, regardless of what kind of house they live in. And it'll also inspire them. It'll inspire them to be more responsible in the choices that they make in their purchases and in their daily activities, and to help us all to preserve a wonderful way of life that we enjoy for future generations.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. Thanks for being here.